with the joy of acting.
The joy of acting. Hi, Joy.
Hi, y'all. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I heard that Spanish. That was nice.
Muchas gracias, hermana.
De nada.
Tus dientes son blancos y luminosos. They're good.
Gracias.
De nada. Come on, makeup. Come on, hair. Come on,
Take it away,
earrings.
Sterling. Don't save all the compliments.
Yeah,
for
save
the
it,
set.
save it.
Introduce the woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with one of our favorite guest actors that we've had over the course of our time, Miss Joy Brunson,
Welcome,
who brilliantly
Joy.
brought to life Miss Shauna, Deja's mama. How are you doing today, sister? So good to see you.
I'm doing so well. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Of
What
course.
a
Thanks for
reunion.
joining
Yeah,
us.
it's so
a
nice.
pleasure. First of all, the hair and makeup team,
I know.
are they known as Joy Brunson? Is killing it.
Yes, it's Joy, and Joy. Thank you. I'll let them know.
Killing it today for anybody who's not checking it out on YouTube. Shame on you because she's looking good today.
Thank you.
We got finished watching 217. And sister, you put your foot real deep in this joint.
Really.
Thank you.
Truly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before we get into 217 though, because we get a chance to meet you when you are incarcerated, when you're Randall and you have the first interaction, and then you come into the house and you get your daughter and whatnot. So talk to us a little bit about the audition process. How did this show come to you? Where were you in life when it did?
Oh my goodness. It was a balmy fall day. No. I remember the show had already been out. You know, people were already very much in love with it.
Yeah.
And when we had the audition, all we got was This Is Us. It was dummy sides. We didn't know the
interesting.
character, very little information.
Huh.
But at that point in the audition, we were still going into the room and I saw all of my peers and I was
Yes.
like, okay, this is interesting. Who's here? This is interesting. And we had the first audition. It went well. It wasn't until the callback that I saw who was really there that I was like, oh, this is something serious. Still didn't know what it was. I think it was sides from season 1.
Really?
And I just remember getting in that room and now Dan's in there, Kay's in there, everyone's in,
Oh,
Ken
wow.
as well. And I got super nervous. I was nervous, but I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But when I got in that last callback room, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Story of my
goodness.
life.
So it went really well. They had me do about 4 or 5 times.
Did they tell you the character? Like, what did
What did they give? Did
information?
they give you any
Nothing?
information?
They said she's a young mother.
Whoa.
And,
All right.
and I thought maybe cool, my baby's 2 or 3 years old.
Right.
It wasn't until I got to set that I was looking Lyric in the eye. And I was like, oh, well, look at me.
Oh, interesting.
Who knew? Yeah, who knew? So they had me do one more note. And I remember going to the mirror and talking to myself and being like, Joy, this is it. This is what you've wanted your whole life. You know, leave it in this room no matter what. Just have as much fun as possible. And I left the studio that day and I was cheesing as if I had already booked it because I really felt like I left it in the room. I
Let's
was
go.
happy with my
That's
audition,
great.
which isn't
Wow.
always the
Yeah.
case, you know?
Amazing.
Which-
Yeah.
Turns out you did.
Yeah, you did.
Hey,
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah.
So then the first scene was the one when, like, in the episode where we were supposed to come see you, you wound up getting in the fight, we couldn't see you, and then we have that scene with each
Yeah.
other. Talk to me a little bit about what it was like for you, and I'll tell a little bit about what it was
Yeah.
like for me.
How much fun was it working with Sterling K. Brown?
Exactly.
How
Not
much
only
you
was
love
that my
Sterling?
first scene, the Sterling K. Brown. Not only was that my first scene on the show, it was my scene with you, and it was the day you came back from winning the Emmy.
Oh, no
So
pressure.
You brought the, Yes, you
He
brought the
brought
Emmy
it?
set. Yes, they were
Sterling
doing
did
a
not
Hold it,
bring
champagne
it to
toast.
set.
Excuse
Sterling
me. Wait,
K.
Joy,
Brown.
real quick.
He
Joy,
brought
real
it
quick.
to set so he could show people because they wanted to hold
Dan
it.
asked me
Uh-huh.
if I'd be comfortable bringing it to set so that everybody could, and everybody on the crew was taking pictures of everything.
Of course.
You know Sterling.
It was a beautiful thing, but I hadn't shot my scene yet. So
Right.
I'm watching everyone take a champagne toast, knowing that when this was done, I had to say words to you.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
The comedy side of this is from your perspective.
Yes.
Of this guy who, not knowing Dan, not knowing him at all, shows up with his edit. That is,
And everyone drinking
it's too
champagne.
good. It's too
It's
good. It's like a
hilarious.
Ricky Gervais sketch.
If you were nervous, you could have fooled me. Your presence was so grounded and so strong. And it was these two different perspectives of two people who had genuine affection, love, and a growing love for this young lady. Like, and you did not back down at all.
Yeah.
You were like, come on, sir. You think you know me? You don't know me, sir. It was great.
Yeah.
You know what it
Incredible.
was? In my heart, I was like, we're both theater babies.
Yeah.
And that always just helps me. I'm like, he wants me to win. I want to win. So
Sure.
let's do it.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a
So
great
thank you.
dance. Thank you, ma'am. It was fantastic. And so let's move through, like, because
Can I just interject? Like, your scenes with Lyric are so powerful. They are so emotional. And the two of you, especially in 217, like getting to sort of see the breadth of like your relationship.
Yeah.
How did you connect with her? Like, it's incredible to watch an episode of television like that where, you know, we're following Deja on and learning about how she sort of came into the Pearsons' life, right? And what her life was leading up to that. But the connection that you guys have, the rapport you have as mother or daughter is so seamless and so believable. The way you guys listen to each other, your rapport, like, how did you develop that?
Yeah.
Because we know as actors, like, you're just sort of thrust in a situation on the day. There's not like a ton of time to sort of develop that, to find it. How did you guys manage that?
Wow. Well, thank you, first of all. She really became my little sister instantly. We're
Aw.
both only children. I also have to always give credit to her mom, Brandy, who was
Yes.
always
Yeah,
there.
Brandy.
And I was able to talk to her as well about their relationship with each other because it mirrored, at least age-wise,
Sure.
Yeah.
myself and Deja, or Shauna and Deja. And so I think just connecting on where I was when I was 15, 16.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, she's, a professional actor, so we were a little different, but kind of navigating high school and meeting new friends and really relating to each other allowed us to, I think, have our own kind of secret moments and bonds that served as subtext for those scenes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a young lady that can play things close to the vest. Did you find that she was sort of opened up readily, or did you have to ask some questions to sort of get her to open a little bit?
We had to crack the shell a little bit, for sure. But
Yeah.
I respect it,
Yes.
because I'm also a private person. I was like, listen, what's yours is yours. But after a while, it might have been 217. I think so. And we had a really good belly laugh. And I was like, oh, we're locked in now.
Nice.
It was one of those
Yes.
moments. I
Yes.
was like, okay, we're here.
It comes across on screen. You
Yeah.
feel it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Chris and I were talking about the episode and your performance in it, and how sometimes as an actor, you may have a tendency to sort of apologize for a character when you know that they're not doing, they
Yeah.
ain't gotten their act right on.
Try to
You know?
rewrite history
You know what
I'm
through,
saying?
through your performance.
Yeah.
But there was something so unapologetic, and you just sort of owned that, like, listen, if I'm a 19-year-old mama, I'm gonna want to kick it with my friends. So I put her in the
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
She's supposed to go to bed. I don't know what she's still doing up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, talk to us a little bit about, like, sort of like just owning all of who Shauna was throughout that journey.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right. And we're always taught not to judge our character. And I really couldn't. I will say, because we did so much during that episode,
Yeah.
there was little time to stop and judge where we were. I just had to
Yeah.
be present.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Go,
Yeah.
I
go.
went from 16 to 25. I think I aged 10 years in that one episode. So I was rolling with it. But also, having incredible people to be opposite of, working with the incredible Pam Grier, working
Oh,
with
I mean, come on.
Lyric.
You got to
it's one of those
do-
things, again, you show up.
I'm saying you got to do an episode of the show. I didn't get no scenes with Pam Grier. I'm still a little salty, just
Yeah.
a little
You know
bit.
what? I would be too, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. It was so amazing. And she was so giving and warm.
Yeah.
And every single time I truly didn't judge Shauna, because it's like she was trying.
Yeah.
I truly believe she did the best she could in each moment,
Amen.
Yeah.
even if it failed,
Yeah.
which it did a lot.
Mhm.
Amen. Amen.
Did you show Pam Grier your Emmy?
I didn't get a chance. I did not get to meet Pam Grier. I never ran into her in the hair and makeup
Okay.
trailer
All right.
like the whole
Oh.
time.
I didn't mean to bring up a rough
I'm
spot. I'm sorry.
sorry.
I just was wondering.
It makes me sad.
He's sore about it.
That's Foxy Brown, Jack. Talk to us a little bit. I just learned this interesting little tidbit. Somebody just got a master's degree.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I went back to school and got my master's degree last year. Yes.
And a
what,
master's in what?
Incredible.
in what?
In African and African diaspora studies.
I needed that said on camera, baby. I need to represent
Cool.
for the people. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on
Congratulations.
that.
Thank you.
Is it one of those things where you actively took a break from auditioning, or were you auditioning while in school? How'd that go together?
I did the whole thing. It was after, the pandemic and then the strikes, and I'd always wanted to go back to school. And I was like, Joy, no one is going to stop time for you to do this.
Yeah.
So I applied and I went back, and I've always been interested in representations of Black women on screen. So I want to marry the academic and the artistry together.
I love it.
Is my ultimate goal in life. So I went back and
Incredible.
did it.
Cool.
Yes,
Wow.
man. Oh, interesting tidbit about Joy. And I'm thinking, Joy is a golf instructor.
I'm a golfer, yeah.
She's a golfer, and has been for a long time. Are you still actively instructing too? Like, you got like 19 hats on. Still doing?
I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I was at the course, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? So
Yeah.
I'm not teaching. I'm teaching my friends.
Okay.
But I'm playing still. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Excellent.
You getting in like 18 holes a week, more, less, what?
Much less these days, but I want to get back into it. I had a great group of women that I played with, and then everyone moved on to different stages of life. But if you're a female golfer, please come.
It was
get
pickleball,
out
wasn't
there.
it? It was
They moved on to pickleball.
They all moved on to
Pickleball
pickleball.
ruined golf.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing
You're
pickleball.
so interesting. That's
She's
so cool.
Absolutely fascinating.
Wow.
Do folks recognize you from the show? And if they do, what kind of feedback do you get?
Yes, people still scream Deja's mama.
Uh-huh.
That's better
Uh-huh.
than
To
Mandy.
me.
Mandy!
Yeah.
You get Deja's mom.
Yeah.
Hey, Deja's mama. I often see that clip, our first clip circulating, where everyone's like, oh, he told her about the headscarf and the
Sure.
coconut. So they're still reading me, yes.
Yeah.
And but I actually have gotten a lot of love from people who were foster children or who went through the system, and how much they related to both Deja and Shauna's perspectives on things. And that's always really heartwarming.
I'm
So, yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. That last scene, I'm curious, because you and Sue had a really wonderful just conversation in 217. I was loving seeing two sisters on screen together with slightly different perspectives on things, right? But like that decision, Mandy and I have this conversation. Again, when you have to make a decision, first of all, do you agree? Like, I was saying that, yeah, she probably should leave Deja, but is the way to do it by not talking to her? Maybe not.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious, like how do you feel like when you as the actor's like, I wouldn't do that, but this is what you're doing. This is what Sean is doing. How does that sit in the soul?
It is troubling, and I hope, and that's what I felt in those moments, that she was wrestling with that decision.
Yeah.
Coming to the house, watching you all watch the film, I don't think she knew what she was going to do when she first came over and asking for help. But by the time we meet each other on the stairwell, it was almost as if I had said everything that I could. And now it's like I'm passing an emotional baton. And I would like to think that she wanted to go get herself together so she could come back better. It's
Sure.
always about coming back better for Shauna.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a wrestling of emotions for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I had this whole moment when I was talking about 217, when I was talking about leaving my little girl with some grown-ass man that I don't know. I was like, hey, Shauna, come on, girl. This is your daughter. I don't know him.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Just
But
leaving
I
him
know
with
her,
Lonzo and his friends. I was like, this will not end
Listen.
well.
Questionable decisions were made.
Yes, truly.
But it was a beautiful performance. And it was such listen, what I love about what Dan allowed in the course of this show or whatnot is like every once in a while, he let other people who sometimes have to play the tambourine step up front and get a chance at the microphone. And you had an opportunity and you crushed the opportunity, man.
Absolutely.
Really, really beautiful episode. Beautiful work.
Thank you so much. I definitely didn't take it for granted. I wanted to make everyone proud. I recognized the moment and I tried my best to rise to it. So I appreciate that.
You did,
well
and
done.
more. It
Well
was
done.
extraordinary work.
Yeah.
And
For
thank
sure.
you for joining us and chatting about
Absolutely.
it today.
Yeah.
Yo,
so
if-
happy
so
to
much for having
revisit
me.
you.
If
Yeah.
people wanted to catch up with you right now, you want to hit them with what your socials are, and is there anything that we can look forward to, or things that you're particularly proud of that you say, go ahead and stream this because I like
And what's
that
your
too.
handicap?
Yeah, and that.
I haven't had it in a long time, but I was sitting at an 8 for many years. I
Wow.
played in college as well.
All
Come on
right,
now.
All right.
So Joy Brunson on social. And then I
Yes.
just started a new social film club called Black Girls Cinema Club.
Okay.
So please check us out on Instagram and www.blackgirlscinemaclub.com as well. I'm very excited for that new venture.
Very cool.
I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Joy Brunson. Thank you so much
Thank
once
you,
again for your
Joy.
time, sister.
Thank you,
Lovely
Joy.
to see you.